I'm afraid of getting stuck here, like most of those who have finished school, yet they stay here. I know lots of people who didn't follow their dreams.
Joel lives on Santa Cruz del Islote, one of the most densely populated islands in the world. It lies in the Caribbean off the coast of Colombia and is barely larger than a football pitch. Despite the overcrowding and poverty, few of its residents try their luck elsewhere. But Joel is determined to leave and study at university.
This is my house. I live here with my mother and father. I'm one of 10 children, and my sister and her husband also live here with us. My house is painted yellow and red, colors that convey lots of joy, emotion, and feelings of happiness. We live here even though it's not really big. It's quite small, but made with love.
500 people live on Santa Cruz del Islote, on 1 hectare, with no running water, no trash collection, no doctors or police. 2/3 of the isleños, or island's residents, are under 18. There is a school that Joel attends, but it costs money to go there, which many parents can't or don't want to pay. That's because most of the island's young people end up working as fishermen or in one of the hotels on the neighboring island.
6 from 17 pupils. Aura didn't come. Fewer and fewer kids are coming.
Many people here are simply stuck in a rut. They can't imagine a future anywhere else. At least we can now earn a high school diploma at our school. The only trouble is, no one from here can afford to study on the mainland.
To pay his school fees, Joel gives the island's residents manicures and pedicures. He always has his cell phone handy so his clients can choose a design for their nails from the internet.
Like that.
Then it's Joel's job to get as close as possible to their chosen look.
Isleños say that it's really bad for me to do pedicures, manicures, and hair. When I ask them why, they say, that's good for a woman, but not for a man. But I'm doing this because I need the money, not because I want to be a woman.
That's not like the picture I showed you.
What did you expect? What do you really want?
A discount.
Again!
Are you scared?
Do it again. I'm not scared.
You are scared. See? You're scared. For me, little kids are like music. Like a melody that I'm fond of.
Joel hopes to become a pediatric nurse. He's often seen children on the island get ill, and there's no one to help them. But to get his nursing qualifications in Colombia, he'd have to go to university, and that means moving to the mainland. He's already written to the closest university to request an interview.
If I had to choose between our island and anywhere else on Earth, I'd stay here. The best thing would be if there were a university here. If there were, I'd be really happy. Then I wouldn't have to do a thing.
A few weeks later, Joel has a haircut appointment. The Universidad del Norte has granted his request for an interview. He also has an appointment to learn how he can apply for a scholarship.
I'm happy. I've taken the first step. And I know that with God's help, I can do it. But I'm a bit scared too. After all, it's the first interview I've had in my life. But the most important thing is that I'm happy and I know I can do it.
Most students in Colombia come from wealthy families. Joel wouldn't only be the first Isleno to get into university, he'd also be one of the few poor students there. The night before Joel plans to set off for the mainland, the island is struck by a powerful storm.
My house was one of the hardest hit. My bedroom is completely gone. Parts of the other rooms are too. It was awful.
But Joel is undeterred. He travels to Barranquilla, to the Universidad del Norte. It's the first time he's ever visited the Colombian mainland. He's taken his best friend Diana along for support. They're sharing a small room at a guest house.
Yesterday during the storm, I thought, I'll miss my appointment. I can't go. But now that it's worked out, I really feel blessed. I want to keep going. First, I have to see what I can wear to the appointment tomorrow. This here or something else instead. Mercy is on my side. Although yesterday was very difficult, I have to leave that behind me. The material things you can get back, but not your life. I have to keep looking forward.
Barranquilla is a city of 1.2 million people. That's huge compared to Joel's island, which has just 500 residents. He's not used to the traffic.
No way, I'm not going to cross over here. On our island, there was once a woman who wanted to cross the street at a zebra crossing during a visit to the mainland. She got run over by a car. There wasn't much left of her. No, I'm too afraid. I won't go over there on my own.
There's just 2 hours left till his appointment at the university. To make sure he arrives safely, Joel takes a taxi, even though it's quite expensive.
How do you like Barranquilla?
It's wonderful.
It's cool, isn't it? The people, the streets. I'm only afraid that the scholarship won't work out. I'll bet I can't get a single bad grade in school. But you can always have a bad day.
The Universidad del Norte's campus alone is bigger than the island Joel comes from. It's among the best universities in Colombia. But last year, fewer than 170 of its roughly 10,000 students were awarded scholarships. Joel's first appointment is with the head of the nursing faculty.
Tell me why you want to study here.
First, I have to tell you about where I come from. On my island, there is no regular health care. There is no doctor.
Now I understand. His interest is rooted in the fact that there's a lack of health care on his island and he wants to help. And that's something really valuable. I'm certain that if he makes it, he'll be of help there.
But for now, she can't do much more than give Joel a flyer. A decision can only be made after Joel has submitted all of the relevant documents.
Many thanks for everything. I've also brought you something from the island.
Oh, lovely. Is that typical of the island?
Yes, we sell lots of them.
Then he's off to his second appointment with an employee in the finance department to learn how to apply for a scholarship. Joel wouldn't be able to afford his accommodation on the island, let alone the tuition.
You can apply for the scholarship no matter what region you come from. We mainly focus on your exam results, your previous report cards, and your extracurricular activities. And then we decide.
The fact that grades are so important could prove a problem for Joel. The questions on the school leaving exams are the same nationwide, and Joel fears the exam preparation at his school on the island isn't very good.
I would really like to stay here. I'd like to take part in the dancing or go to the gym. Getting accepted would just blow my mind. It'd be a huge shock, but a nice one. I'd be overcome with joy.
If Joel stays on the island, his future plans would be limited. He would expand his nail design business and maybe open a waxing studio. He'd much rather go to university and hopes he won't be the only one from his island to do so.
I hope that my fellow pupils will also make it. It would be sad if just one of us did. There are lots of people on the island who want to achieve more, who want to look ahead. But there are many who also make poor decisions due to money problems.
A few months later, Joel receives a letter informing him that he won't be studying at the university in Barranquilla. The reason? His grades weren't good enough. It's a real setback. But Joel's not giving up hope. He'll apply to other universities now.